Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long time since we've had a video over here. Let me take those off real quick. I don't need those. It's been a long time. I'm gonna talk to you today about my D&D setup. This is a hobby that I've gotten in, honestly, since after I made the last YouTube video. I think it's been that long. I think it's been maybe over a year. But this is a hobby that I've gotten into for a while, it seems like now, and I've collected some things, and I've made what is considered my optimum setup for me personally, and I'm just here to show you that, so maybe you could take some things from my setup and put them in yours. Let's do it. First off, I have this wooden box that my buddy Wyatt got for me for Christmas, actually. It holds 3 sets of dice in there. I have 2 sets of metal dice and then a set of acrylic dice. It's my best rolling set of acrylic dice as of now. With just a couple extra D20s, it doesn't hurt to have a couple extras just in case none of them are working for you. This D20 that I'm about to show you, it's funny, my buddy Connor got it for me for Christmas. It says the F word on it. I like this box because it really rounds out your setup and really makes it look clean and nice. But moving on. Next up, we got dice. Dice is a really important part about my setup personally. As you can see, I have a lot of them. This is my main bag. It has all my acrylic dice, and I think I have a couple metal D6s in here, not that it matters, but this is where I keep most of my dice. Not all my dice are here, but this is where the majority of them are at and where you can be found. I have a bunch of dice, and it just helps to have a bunch of those percentage dice around to use as enemy indicators for those moments where you need them. In this black bag, we have just a bunch of wacky dice that I have. I have a couple D100s, and I think I have a D60 or 60 maybe, or D50. Then I have a D24 in there as well. Another D100. That purple one I got at Comic-Con, it was actually. But you see, just a bunch of weird, wacky shaped dice, and I keep them in this black bag. You never know if or when you're ever gonna need them. So yeah, let's continue on. Next up, we have metal dice. I have this roll here because you never know when someone's going to have a hardwood table, and these metal dice can get pretty heavy, and you never want to scratch up your friend's table because, one, whoever's living with them will be mad at them for having their friend's heavy dice scratch up their table. But yeah, that's always a good thing to have around. I have this extra mat, just a scrap piece of leather that I had laying around, just to offer or just in case I need it. Next up, notebooks. And we have a folder too, and just some pencils. These are absolute essentials for the D&D setup because you never know when you're going to need to take notes, and you never know when you're going to have to hold extra character sheets. Me, I haven't been putting character sheets in there recently because I've just been using D&D Beyond. But notebooks are a must because it really makes your DM happy when you take notes. And just never forget the pencils. That's an embarrassing case. Next up, we got the Player's Handbook. And that is a DM screen. I'm not a DM. I haven't DM'd yet, but it's always nice to have to offer to your DM just in case they forget it or they don't have one. Like in my case, my DM uses mine. And in this section, I also want to include my battle maps. I don't have them on film because they were just in the other room, and they're pretty big, and I have a limited working space to film on, but battle maps are a must as well. The Player's Handbook is a really important part of your setup. You need to have this. At least one person at your table needs to have this just in case you need a reference. Game mechanics, rules, or how a spell works. This is a must. Usually your DM would have it, but just in case, I recommend that you get one too. Now I'm going to talk about the minimalist setup. I have a little set of teeth dice, a notepad, a pen, and my phone for my character sheets and stuff and my inventory, right? So these little teeth dice, I like to have something physical to roll. I know that the D&D Beyond gives you a set to roll, but I prefer the teeth dice. And this notebook actually has a loop for a pin on the front, but I put my little teeth dice in front of it. And you got to have some place to take notes. I like to physically write because it just gets in my brain better. What's the term there? And then I just got this little tiny pen that seems to work with the setup. And then moving on, we got the phone for D&D Beyond. I know it's kind of like shaky where we're at with Wizards of the Coast. I'm not subscribed. I don't have a subscription. I just have the free 6 characters, and that seems to work for me. It's just a really nice resource. I recommend it to any new player, any old player. as well. It's just nice to have everything all in one spot, and you're not having to turn papers over. And it also, I like to have a sleek look, like I said earlier with the dice box that I have. I really like to have my area look nice, and having a phone there instead of a piece of paper with my crappy handwriting really rounds it out. And I like the fact that it's all not wider than a phone, and it could go in your front pocket. But speaking of the phone, you don't need any of this stuff besides your phone to play D&D. With D&D Beyond, hashtag not sponsored, I'm just saying D&D Beyond, I use it and I think it's a great resource. Even though I wouldn't recommend subscribing, you could, but I never find myself needing more than 6 characters, and D&D Beyond gives you the option to download it, your character sheet as a PDF, and that's what I do. I have like 9 characters in a folder on my computer. D&D Beyond just makes things easier, and it kind of sucks what Wizards is doing right now with it. It might not even be happening by the time this video goes up, but it might still be going on with they're fighting their audience, and it's pretty ugly. But I will continue to use this because I've put money into it, and it's just something that I think I'll use in all my setups for the rest of the time I'm playing this game. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for this episode. Please make sure to let me know what you thought of this video, this kind of video, the subject of the video, down in the comments below. I really enjoy D&D, and I really want to start making more content on it, and I would appreciate your feedback. So anyway, guys, please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Please make sure to leave a like if you haven't already, and I'll see y'all next time. I don't know.